This is Professor Pete Alexander with the Winning at Business and Life podcast, where C-suite executives share their insights. It is 6 questions in 7 minutes because successful business leaders are busy and rarely have more time to spare. So let's get to it. Question number 1. In a few sentences, please tell me who you are and what you do.
Dan Benveniste. I'm the father of 2 great boys and husband to my beautiful wife. First and foremost, who I am is a guy who's trying to find a way to impact the world in a very positive way.
Dan, it's great to have you on the show. Question number 2, what's the best thing about working in your industry?
The intersection between education and workforce is really what drives society, both economically and individually, at each individual level. What a person does for their life purpose and their path of career, putting those 2 together can, in my mind, be the most impactful. And that's what I love about this intersection of industry and education.
I love the fact that you're saying life's purpose and career to try and get those connected. It's very powerful. Question number 3. I have a book with all the answers for business. What chapter would you think most companies should read?
I think it's the chapter that really empowers everybody in the organization to be their best self, their best CEO, their best individual within the company and their life overall. Because when those 2 elements, meaning their life and the company that they're working, come together, it really puts all the alignment together, and it drives the organization from within rather than from the top. One of the most impactful things I've seen from leaders and from leaders from places that you don't recognize is the culture that is derived inside of a company from putting those pieces together and allowing and empowering people to actually own their responsibility for their day-to-day and their future. And yeah.
I like that a lot. Very insightful. Question number 4. Other than the generic work harder, have a great attitude, and care for customers, what advice or insight would you give to other business leaders?
I would ask them to take a moment and go and meet and talk and listen to each and every person that they work with, whether they're contractors, they're janitors, they're employees, advisors, board members. Ask them the same set of questions you would ask your board, your management team, all the way up and down. How and what you can do, how and what the company can do, how and what they can do to better improve both the company and their customer experiences and their business model. Organizationally, up and down the chain.
So would you recommend doing that by a survey or individually one-on-one conversations?
I would say do it both. I would take the survey to collect the data, and then I would ask almost a series of employees, as well as yourself and all your management team, to do the same process up and down and inside and out the organization, and to collate and correlate that information set. And by empowering people to also take part in the asking of the questions, you enable the free flow of information. For example, take the receptionist or the janitor, have them sit and meet and talk with board members and advisors, as well as management team, and ask those same questions up and down. By taking that same information input and putting it into the hands of everybody in the organization, you open the dialogue, you bring about a full context of understanding of how to receive information up and down the organization, and everybody starts to really recognize the power and benefit of really working together on solving those key 3 problems.
I like that a lot. Thank you. Question number 5. What other executives like yourself would you like to acknowledge as a leader and invite to be on my podcast?
There's a couple. One of them is 2 people that I've worked with in the past. One of them is John Vitale. He's the CEO of Big Finite Life Sciences Company. And the other one is Demetrius Skalkotis. He is the general manager of a blockchain division at the company Ledger. I think they'd make great, fantastic individuals, leaders. I've seen them both lead teams in difficult times and in fast-moving times, and really do well.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. I'll reach out to both of them. And the last question, question number 6. Please tell me about your first job.
Oh, first job was probably the one that I look back on and say I should have kept it and kept it in the background and everything else. I started out mowing lawns
Hmm.
in industrial parks, cleaning up parking lots, and age 12, and really look back on that and say it helped with the work ethic character, where picking up cigarette butts and cleaning up beer cans and mowing lawns and picking up dog poop really put the humbleness into life to recognize, how and where things come together for value. And I look back on that now, and it was want to be outside more now today, but recognize that would have been a good company and business to build, expand, and keep.
Absolutely. And you're the first person I've heard that had the industrial buildings as opposed to going around the neighborhood and mowing the neighbor's yard.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I didn't do residential stuff. It was bigger tickets, same grass.
That's
you know,
great.
uh, kind of a thing. Yeah.
So, Dan, thanks so much for being on the show. How can people find you?
LinkedIn's the best way.
Okay,
Daniel
perfect.
Benveniste at LinkedIn.
Awesome. This is Professor Pete Alexander with the Winning at Business and Life podcast. For more insights and ideas, please go to LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, or iTunes and search for the Winning at Business and Life podcast. Thanks for listening.